Hey, it's Darlene, and today I'm working on a layout. I'm using this paper pad called It's All Good by Dear Lizzie, and it's super cute. It's also a couple years old, so I don't even know if it's still available. But what I decided to do was do a grid pattern layout. I got this sketch off of Pinterest. If I remember where I got it, I'll put that down below, but I'm so bad at that kind of thing, so I apologize. So each of the grids, or the squares, are going to be 3.5 by 3.5 inches, and then those are actually the mat sizes. And then I cut down the chosen papers that I decided 3.25 by 3.25 inch squares. I don't believe that I show you that I do all of that. That yellow one was just a scrap piece, so it worked out perfect. And then the others, I actually cut a strip off of a full sheet and then just cut them down. So the nice thing about grid patterns or grid layouts is they keep everything very contained and kind of organized, and you can keep them within the squares. Well, I did pretty much none of that. If you subscribe to my channel, you know I like to put a lot of photos on my pages, and lots of multiple size photos. So I use the collage function, feature, however you want to say that, 4x6 collage when I print my photos over at my local Walgreens. I'm sure you can do it anywhere. I'm happy with my Walgreens. And usually I'll put two photos on one collage, and they come out about 3x4, which you see in those top two that I just put down. And then if you put more photos, they come into these really fun squares or really long rectangles, just really different shades or shapes. So I had 9 pictures that I wanted to include in this month in review for the month of May in 2021. Well, after putting them down, it just was way too many photos. So I decided to pull off my 3 that were my Mother's Day photos. Now, even though they're small, I'll end up doing a different layout with those. So when you print on the collage sheets, there's always a little bit of whiteness around it. So I always keep that and put a border, which you can see on those smaller photos. So on this larger one, I went ahead and used some white cardstock and matted it just so it kind of stuck out on the page, and also copied what I did with the smaller pictures. Now I keep a stash of scrap white and black cardstock on my desk for this kind of thing. That way I don't have to go get up, dig, look for my white paper, and then cut it. I use it often for when I do journaling strips, or sometimes I just want to sample ink pads or even markers or whatever. But so instead of putting away all my white scraps, I keep, well, I shouldn't say all of them, but I keep a lot of them over on my desk. But so with this paper line, I bought everything there was to go with it: stickers, the die cuts, and other 3D embellishments. So I pulled all that out. Over on the right side, you can see them. I organized them kind of by theme, or what, they have different fruits, different ribbons. You can see just a bunch of different things. So that kind of helped my eyes when I was trying to figure out what I was going to do as far as embellishing this layout. So when I removed those top 3 pictures, I decided I really wanted all of the photos to be either touching or so close together that they really were like one big group instead of spread out throughout the layout. And I hope I achieved that. It is a lot of pictures, but again, I still think it looks really good. So I started messing around with the stickers and things like that. And then I thought, I better stick these photos down before I really get to a point where I'm just sticking everything down instead of pulling everything up and then putting back down again. I'm bad at that. So again, I'm just auditioning these different pieces, trying to find out what I like where, what looks good in my mind, what looks eye-pleasing. I do know that I use some gold lettering or letter stickers. Oh, you can hear my dog jangling over here. For the word May, there's a lot of gold accents in the paper line. That's why I chose these gold letters. A lot of times I'll use my Cricut for titles, but sometimes it's just easier to pull out the letter stickers. I started to center the word May in this little ticket that I have, but then realized that M was really wide and I preferred to have the Y hanging off. And you'll see why, because on that ticket, I'm going to add it onto that tag, and it just kind of comes off the side, and I think it really looks cute that way. And then you'll see me, again, I'm just going through grabbing the embellishments that I have and just trying to figure out what looks pleasing in my mind. I try to, sorry about that, I got cut off. So I do try to keep the clusters in odd numbers. So, either threes, five, sevens. It doesn't always happen that way. Especially if I'm using like one larger one, then it almost feels like it could count as a double item. I don't know if that even makes sense, but I just try to work with what I think looks pleasing to me. Again, usually that is in odd numbers, at least three. But, I guess you can be the judge of that. So same like right here, I put those little old fashioned purses and they only were two, but it needed something else. So, and I do grab one of the little postage stamps or makeshift, postage stamps, embellishments. But anyways, it just looks really cute. So up there on that top left corner, I have two there as well. But you'll see later on that I do add another embellishment. And I do really love that old-fashioned truck. And so I was so happy that I was able to use it right there underneath that larger picture. And I'm not even sure why that picture is the largest. Sometimes I just print pictures with really no plan in mind, and that one just happened to be a larger 4x6 compared to some of those other smaller ones, but it works out and it gives that layout a visual interest because there is a larger picture. So, and that's what I like about printing them in different sizes. It's just another embellishment in a sense because it's something else that's interesting with your layout. So on that larger title area, and May is just basically my title, I did find that floral pineapple. So a lot of these embellishments that I'm using really have nothing to do with these photos, but because they're part of the paper line and their embellishment line, they all coordinate color wise and all has kind of that fun well, it's all good, right? That's the name of the paper pad, feeling with it. So that's what I do love about working with, items from the same line because it kind of takes away the guesswork. And of course, there's the guesswork of figuring out where I'm putting things. But as far as the matchiness and things like that, everything just works. And same, like I said, I was talking about those purses, that little pig stamp. Like, what does a pig have to do with any of this? But it all works. So I do put my journaling on that bottom right hand. So you probably noticed earlier it was just plain white. I'm sure you probably figured that's what I was going to do. And it's actually a pretty simple layout. I mean, I didn't do a whole lot, but using the grid really added a lot of extra paper and color, which was really fun. And then just look at all those pictures. They just really stand out. And usually when I do a month in review, with my journaling, I try to write what it is that I did or who was in these pictures that might have been a little bit more special. Sometimes I'll even do like a numbering system or something as well. But I hope you like this, and if you do, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I post at least 2 videos a week. One's always scrapbooking. The second is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center, which is the name of my craft room and my blog. Thanks for watching. Bye.